week that you're celebrating. I know we're going to have birthdays, but we don't need to talk about that yet. Just think about them. All right, we'll take one nice deep breath. All right, let me welcome our welcomer, Bruce Corris.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to Sanctuary West. We'll call it that for now. We'll come up with a better name.
Wasn't this the original sanctuary?
No, the original sanctuary was the social hall. That was everything. In fact, behind the curtain at the far end of it is our original ark. It's still in the wall there. And I'm one of the older members, so I was bar mitzvahed in that room. Your sister was bat mitzvahed in there as well. The sanctuary opened in 1970, so a lot of history in that room as well, and not just bingo, as a matter of fact. But it's nice to be together in this setting. It's a little more intimate than the sanctuary. Rabbi didn't mention why we're down here, which is, of course, that we're painting the social hall, and the sanctuary is filled with paint fumes, and we don't want to be in there while that's happening. So I think we might have a couple more weeks down here, but it's a nice setting. And as long as we're down here, should we have a defensive driving class?
Afterwards, we'll shift the seats.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, it's nice to have everyone together. We have a wonderful musical service planned tonight with special guests in the musical section. And I'll be back a little later with announcements. We have a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. So enjoy the service, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Wizard Oz stuff, can you see my socks? There's no place like Shir Shalom. There's no place like Shir Shalom.
I don't know if Bruce knows this, but we had exciting news that I found out this week, and Cantor found out. They're going to be painting the sanctuary as well.
Oh,
so,
that's right.
I'm not sure. First of all, you can see what it's going to look like. They're not painting the full sanctuary, but the back wall and some of the side paint. So it'll really brighten up the room quite a bit. And if you look in the social hall, wow, talk about Wizard of Oz. It's a whole different room there. It's amazing what paint does. All right, we are ready to start with our Sidurim, our prayer books here, page 128, Ma Yafeh Hayom.
This little gathering here happened quite by accident. Nick was supposed to, well, actually this wasn't a good night for Nick, and it wasn't a good evening for Ken. And then I just happened to be around Mark, and we just happened to do something with harmonica, and then I said, oh boy, I'm stuck for Friday night, so I called up Mark. I said, you want to just bring your harmonicas again, and we'll just put a service together? So, and then of course
You
Mike.
might want to mention your husband, too.
Yeah, no, I was just doing that. And then Mike, of course, he's always ready with that drum.
Well, you know, you've been preparing for years for this occasion. So we have a special birthday here, a birthday today. So Connie, who's my neighbor, she's on my dog walking route. and I pass by her house, try to keep my dogs away from it. So I'd like to invite Connie up to light our candles. It's on page 120. Now, the most important thing to know, since it's your birthday, do not blow out the candles. Oh, I think they will. Look at that on the first time. I like that. So we'll bring in the lights as we sing the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
May the lights of our candle light our way through Shabbat. And we lift our cup on page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei b'riah ga'afen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, be'ahava uv'ratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron le'maaseh b'reishit, ki hu yom tehilah, le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher yitziat Mitzrayim, ki v'anu v'charta, v'yotanu kiddashta, mikol amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava u'beratzon, hinchatanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Ooh, nice sweet wine. We're ready to welcome Shabbat into our room. I feel like she's already here, but we're going to officially invite her in on page 138 for L'chadodi. We sing the first and the last verse. In the last verse, we rise and we face the doorway. We have multiple doorways, but let's say that's where you came in from. So we'll kind of face in that direction. Or actually, I guess we face backwards, so we face that door back there. Just to make sure we know where our exit doors are. And we'll bow to Shabbat, and then we'll welcome each other with waves.
Shabbat
welcoming Shabbat, but the trick to it is we welcome each other. Shabbat feels like it's here when we feel like we're one group together. So in that spirit, we're going to remain standing for the Baruch Hu, our call of community, page 146.
La 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 la.
Page 149, let's read together at the bottom. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my siblings, or cross over? This is the hour of change. Within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Arami. Page 150.
Beit Yisrael, Tarahu mitzvah, Ukim mishpatim, Otanu limadta. Alekein Adonai Eloheinu, Shachveinu v'komeinu, Nasiach b'mizrach.
On the next page.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shemkehu, Malchuto,
You may be seated. Return to page 154.
I בשבתך בביתך, וברכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, ובשרתם לאור על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבת המזוזות ביתך, ובשעריך, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 155, let's read together in the English. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, and every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Page 158, we celebrate that crossing into freedom with a milchamo.
Actually, yeah, it's in the leaflet.
Oh,
I didn't put that in, yeah. It's in the leaflet.
Oh, Holy Sister
It's
Miriam.
Holy Sister Miriam by Ilana Jagoda. We love one of her Osei Shalom. We love that one. That's the one I save for special occasions. This is another piece by her. Holy Sister Miriam, I hope you'll sing along. You'll catch on quite quickly. Holy Sister, Holy Daughter, where you are, we find the water. Where you are, we hear the song. Holy Sister Miriam, let's try it now. Holy Sister, Holy Daughter, where you
beautiful one. I love the picture that Nancy picked out here.
Oh, I didn't get to see it. What picture?
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture of Miriam kind of letting Moses go. It's, you can feel the emotion in it, actually. Here,
Oh.
so cute. I'm going to invite all of you to rise, if you're able, for our tefillah. It starts on page 164. And we go to a few minutes for your own private thoughts and prayers. Feel free to come by the windows, spread out, whatever you need, and whenever you're ready, you may be seated.
So on page 180, you'll find Oseh Shalom. Make peace, right? But we only need 2 words tonight. Oseh Shalom. I think you know this one. We've done this many times. It's a meditative, Eastern influenced Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom. You got it. Oseh Shalom, Oseh Shalom, Oseh
Mark, remind us, what is the name of the instrument?
That is a tambura.
It's such a wonderful sound. How did you learn how to play that?
That one's easy. The sitar's hard.
All right, we're going to turn now to our prayer for healing on 371. I have very good news. Marcia Buji, who is our regular greeter and is wonderful, always smiling and happy to hand out our Sidurim. She had surgery this week, some leg surgery, and she's already into rehab and doing great. So, but we're going to send some extra prayers. She said she was going to stream us, so we'll see. So Marcia, wherever you are. We also, Alan Bernstein had surgery last week, very successful, doing great. Michelle Bulan, Richard Zybak, Paula Charvella, Gary Philippone, Sue Frank, Ida Frost, Ellen Goldstein, successful surgery as well and doing great. Esther Green, Karen Greenfield, Gary Greenfield, Carolyn Grosser, Charlotte Krebs, Sharon Krebs, Ruth Lansing, Miles Levy, Gail Lewis, Jill Shire Monahan, Chip Mongian, Shell Rossi, Brandon Ryan, Renee Schwartz, Mimi Shapiro, Gertrude Sloan, Alan Strauss, Mike Wheeler, Gasha Badmasha, Hannah Ezra Ben Shul, Ruvain Ben Morris. And I should say Gail Lewis, because she was here with us last week. She had a little health episode, but she was in the hospital. She's already back home, being tended to by Judy, and we're sending lots of prayers her way. So if you have other people that you're thinking of, just raise your hands.
Nick Pepper and Roy Post.
Jen Gordon.
Nicole Considine.
Barbara Lobosky.
Ezekiel Kleiman Morris.
Ed Fine.
Robert Puchtan.
We'll bring all those names into our heart as we sing the Misha Berach. Healing of body and soul. May our prayers go out to all those in need. May they feel stronger, more resilient, and may we also in our own self, in our own neshama, feel that sense of resilience as well. We say Amen. Amen. I want you to take a moment now to just check in with yourself. Feel where you are in this space. Feel the people around you. Feel the world around you. The cars on Sheridan Drive. The rhythm of our building, of our world. All that stuff. Sitting here in this service, leading this service, I can feel the holiness in the room. Can you feel it? It's this ephemeral feeling. It's something that we try to capture by being together. It's something that we create through music, through being together, through our hearts directed in one thing, through the prayers of thousands of years. All those things contribute to that feeling. And I think that's one of the reasons why we come together. We want to feel that holiness. So much in life, we lose track of it because we have an agenda of things we need to accomplish in our lives. We have maybe work duties or life duties, whatever it is, parent duties. It distracts us from just how amazing and awesome and holy it is just to be alive in this world. I know we just did the healing prayer. Anyone who's had health scares, you realize afterwards how important it is. And it's that moment that we are in the Torah, in Vayera. We are in the story of the burning bush. And I wore my tie. I don't know if this is the burning bush. It's probably a Jerry Garcia tie, yeah. But it always reminds me of that. I think all of you are familiar with the story, but here Moses, he's been exiled from Egypt. He's in Midian. He's tending sheep. He just wants to be by himself. He's like Luke Skywalker in one of the last Star Wars movies. He wants to be as far away from everything as possible. And as he's tending to his sheep, one of the sheep wanders off, one of the lambs wanders off and finds its way to a bush that's burning. And Moses sees not only the lamb, but the bush. And this is kind of an unexplained story. It's so unusual. Apparently my 6th grade teacher, Rabbi Steve Stroyman, always used to tell me, these things actually exist, where bushes kind of combust in fire. Joe can probably tell me in the back. No, he's an environmental expert. Coming that way. But there is that amazingness that here it's on fire, but it's not destroying the bush. So it's this beauty of the fire, this confusion. He's looking at something that shouldn't exist in this world. And it's at that moment that God reveals God's self to Moses for the very first time. We have a very holy exchange. They say, "What's your name?" "This is my name." And eventually it gets to the good stuff. Yeah, you need to leave Midian and go do the hardest thing you've ever tried in this life. Go confront Pharaoh, only the most important person in the world at the time, and tell him that he's doing something wrong and let his people go. But don't worry, I got your back. We'll let your brother Aaron help you out, and I'll be there, of course. So we have this kind of impossible plan. But there's this moment of just magic where Moses' life is moving in one direction and suddenly it moves in another. He's called, literally called in the story, to do something else. This sense, this metaphor, the burning bush, a burning bush moment, I would call it, is that moment where you thought your life is heading this way and then it's going in a different way. It's the call of your ancestors. It's the call of what you believe in this world to do something, even that you didn't know that you could do, that was possible. Moses, of course, who we always see at the end, on Mount Sinai, or towards the end of his life, we think of him then. But here, he's not ready to do this. He's not a born leader. He's someone who has to come into this because it's necessary for him to serve in this way, to take our people out of Egypt. How many of you in your own lives have had some sense of burning bush moment? Raise your hand. And it could come at any time, just that call. Some of us, maybe we always live that way, so there's no specific moment. But I think a lot of us have those kind of moments. I had one of those moments this week, and thanks to my wife, Ashira. Ashira, if you know her, she is a Holocaust survivor family, and she grew up with a very strong sense of that her maternal grandparents had come here in 1942 and had started a new life and had survived all that they had been through. And that, when it's your grandparents, it's really embedded in who you are. So what's been happening, particularly in the world, that that her grandparents came from, which is the Ukraine and Poland, all those places. Even if they didn't like Jews at the time and there was a lot of hostility, what's happening there, it calls out to her. She actually served in Ukraine for a year. They had a program through the Jewish Agency where they would send young people to the Ukraine to work with the Jewish community there. And she spent a whole year, a lot of Israelis and Jews from around the world, to work with that small community throughout Ukraine to teach them Judaism. Most of them were, because of the repression under the Soviet era, they really didn't know much about their own faith, and so she was there to do it. It's amazing what she was. That was such an important experience because it was like going back to where her grandparents came from. But this week we had an opportunity. I say through Ashira because she's like, we got to do this. We had an opportunity. We have a Ukrainian Jewish family that is just moved here about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I guess it's towards Hanukkah, so maybe more than a month at this point. And they came, Dimitri and Valentino. They came with, they have 5 kids here, one kid not quite here yet, and grandmother as well. And they've been searching for a home. It's hard if you haven't seen the real estate market. It's pretty hard to find that out there. So Jewish Family Service and Jewish Federation sponsoring them, making sure that they're going to be okay here. But after some trials and travails, they finally found a home this week. And I got to be there because of Ashira, to be there to help set up their initial apartment. Lisa Black-Rodman, Judge Lisa Black-Rodman, she was responsible for the whole project in terms of the volunteer end, making sure that everything goes in, making sure that the family is all set. And there were, in a tiny place in Williamsville, we had about 20 volunteers working. I was assigned with Shelley Yellen and Dimitri, who's a carpenter, thank God, to put together the bed sets. And this is a very cool story because we had another Federation gathering for our staff, and we actually made it's hard to believe because I cannot work with any kind of wood or anything like that, but we were with a nonprofit locally, and we actually made the wood that all the stuff that created those beds. So I got to put together the beds and actually build the beds, all those together. So it was an incredible experience. And in being in this gathering, it was very joyous, and Valentina brought us out borscht. Because they want to give. They don't want to just receive. It's so important just to give as well. Everyone there that was volunteering wants to, from the bottom of their heart, to give. But the people receiving also want to give. So we sat down and we had the most amazing borscht I've ever eaten. I remember as a child, we had some Russian friends, and I went to a Russian restaurant and I had borscht, and I was a teenager, and this is what I said. But I even had my daughter's bowl. It was really, really good borscht. And we got to sit together. And one of the most amazing things among the volunteer group is nearly all of them were Holocaust survivor families. It was incredible. That's what I mean, a burning bush moment. This was the call. When I talked to Judge Lisa, who's just an amazing person, but her mother, Stephanie, who I got to know and love, she has this incredible Holocaust journey. And this was Judge Lisa's chance to give back, to say, this is for you, Mom. And I felt like that for every single volunteer. Later this week, just on Thursday, I got to go shopping with Valentina and her mother-in-law, and over at Tops. And it was truly awe-inspiring to be there, because there is no language. It's hard to So, she doesn't really speak English. Neither of them speak English, but food is its own language. Right? So I could point to something, and suddenly the words came about. And I thought it was kind of unusual because here you don't realize that in Ukraine, I don't think supermarkets are exactly the same as they have here, because they would go up to the food and try to smell it, but everything is in packaging. So, they want to smell the beets to make sure that they're okay, to smell the different food. But each time they would try to smell it, it's in some kind of plastic that you can't smell it. So it was really joyous, and I felt like this way of giving back. When we think of the burning bush and the entire metaphor of the Exodus, it's really about not only for, Moses can't turn it back just because he's kind of done with that work. He's not able to turn his back on it. Pain and suffering are still happening. And this has to happen regardless. But it's also about our call to our introduce God's self. I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or we would add Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. God is about that connection between generations. There's a beautiful line that occurs, at least 36 times in the Torah. That you need to protect the stranger because you were strangers. When we protect the stranger, we are honoring our ancestors. We're doing it for them. Just like all those people in the room. They were paying it forward in that way. The real magic I felt also in this moment is that the Jewish community for many years welcomed many people from around the world and helped them acclimate to this country. And that was a labor of love. It didn't always go perfectly. It was a messy process. Sometimes there were, like in the Russian immigration, I think, maybe 500,000, 250,000 people coming, a lot of people coming, and some things get lost. But it was a labor of love, and it transformed the community. It not only helped those Russians who are now completely acclimated in society, have children and grandchildren, great-grandchildren, but it also helped our world. It gave the Jewish community a focus. What I felt in this meeting in the small house in Williamsville was this rebirth of something that had been missing in our community. That sense that we could provide homes for people, that we could go beyond our comfort zone to do something that we wouldn't even do necessarily for our neighbor. It goes so far. We would if they asked, but I mean, it's so much to set up an entire home, to fill it with furniture, to have everything prepared, to get the kids in school, to do all the various details that happen. That enriches all of us. It makes us so much more proud, so much prouder of who we are as a community. We need those moments, not just here, those burning bush moments. We need to find them. We need to celebrate them, because that is what gives our world, our life, vitality. So let's go out. There's going to be many more refugees coming. We're setting up places over at the Jewish Community Center. There's actually a time this week that they're looking for volunteers. Tuesday afternoon, I can't remember what it is. That what it is? Tuesday? Something.
At Weinberg.
What is it?
At Weinberg.
At Weinberg, yeah. So they're setting up all these, there's many apartments over at Weinberg. There'll be many opportunities to contribute. Please. They're going to give back to us. We're going to give to them. It is family. That's what we do for each other. So let's continue. Find the holiness. Find the burning bush. Find one another. Amen.
Amen.
You can feel it, right? Okay, I think we're ready for Aleinu. Aleinu is about, it's our responsibility in this world. At the end of our prayer service, we say, This is what we're committed to, making this world better. 586, please rise. Page 591. You may be seated. We'll turn to our mourner's cottage. This week we lost Doreen Brockman Gold. Wonderful person and wonderful family. We have Helene Barish, her sister, and Betty Ann Uma. And hearts go out to them. It's hard to lose a sister. There were 5 girls, and now there's just 3 left at this point. We're also thinking about Teresa Barnack, Dr. Michael Bloom. Oh, our hearts go out to his family. Simon Marcus, Jerry Reisberg, Adrian Sauer, Dr. Sten Theander. We're sending love out to Ganilla and Dan that are there for the funeral in Sweden. And Lita Zingaro. On our yard site list from years past, we remember Elaine Adler, Sally Schweitzer Bass, Henrietta Bello, Julius Berg, Jerome Bloomberg, Rabbi Eugene Borowitz, Joel L. Cohen, Isabel Diaz, Hyman De Bruin, Evelyn Ahrensweig, Ruth Gafter, Edith Gewurtzman, Charles Gilden, Isidore S. Goldenberg, Harry Goodman, Frank Hartney, Donna Heitner, Irving Klein, Esther B. Haber Kranitz, Elliot Krieger, David Court, Marjorie Levy, David Levy, Muriel E. Lifton, Isidore Longberg, Jenny Martz, Ayla Cooperberg Mingle, Samuel Mitchell, Mirel Puyas, Clara Schaeffler, Gertrude Scholl, William Schweitzer, William Shapiro, Morris Spivak, Frida Stein, Betty Trusty, Benjamin Weinstein, Lillian Weinstein, Emmanuel Weiser, Jeanette Wolfson, and Isidore Ziller. If there's other names you want to mention, just raise your hand.
Kristen, hi. Marissa Lemke.
Stanley Glenn.
All those whose custom it is to rise, page 598. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yalma, Yirah, Yirutei, Yalit, Malutei, Yatayim, Yom Yechol, Israel, Vada, Yisman, Yehi, Shemei Rabbah, Yomaya, Yikarah, Yikarah, Yisramam, Yisnasei, Yitadar, Yisalel, Yisalal, Shemei Kudishah, Veriku, Leila Mikol Birchata B'Shirata, Tushkata B'Nechemata, Daviran B'Alma B'Ramei, Yehi Shlamaraha Min Shemaya, V'chadim Alein B'Yakol Yisrael B'Ramei, Oseh Shalom B'Ramav, Uyaseh Shalom, Aleinu B'Yakol Yisrael, B'Yakol Yoshvei Tevel B'Ramei.
Amen.
May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world. And we say,
Amen.
may their memories be for a blessing. You may be seated. When I say the Kol Yoshvei Tevel, that means the whole world. So a lot of the later prayer books add that, just so you know. And earlier, I'm sorry, I said sibling for brother and sister. Nikki de Blasio, the rabbi from who came this year, suggested we move away from brother and sister to think about siblings. I was just experimenting, but I didn't tell you, so I'm sorry. I'm going to bring up Bruce for the announcement.
Shabbat Shalom again.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you to Sheila Bernard Tucker for serving as our service greeter this evening. Thank you to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, and special guest musicians, Mike Frank and Mark Nightingale, for a wonderful service this evening. Again, we appreciate your patience as we get through the painting of the social hall, which means we're not in the sanctuary, and then the painting of the sanctuary as well. It's nice to be down at this end of the building. This is a nice, intimate setting, and it works. She wants us to be in the parking lot. And I keep telling her it's too cold, it's too cold. Walter keeps telling me he wants a snow angel Shabbat.
Well, yeah, snow angel
A
Shabbat.
snow angel Shabbat.
Used to
Angels
be,
of Shabbat in the snow. I think it works.
You used to rid me about shivering Shabbat.
Shiver-
For shivering.
Try, I don't think you'll have a minion.
We will not have a minion, I think not. But anyway, when it's done and the fumes are gone, we'll be back down at that end of the building. By the way, I don't know if anyone stuck their head in the door when you walked in and took a look at the progress. It's going to be very bright in there. The new lights, the new energy efficient lights are outstanding. And then the painting of the social hall, no more brown ceiling. It's going to be a lot nicer when it's all said and done. So thank you for that. And by the way, if you're here for your site, the plaques that need to be lit are lit in the sanctuary. So you can always, please do stop in to pay tribute to your loved one. Tomorrow morning, virtual Torah study at 9 a.m. via Zoom. Saturday morning service is at 10:45 at Temple Beth Tzedek. The website has the link. So no more virtual luncheon. No more virtual.
You have a real luncheon.
A real luncheon. No more
my.
virtual kiddush luncheon. Cool. Perm Spiel rehearsal Sunday morning at 11:30. This year's spiel is such a hoot. It is a Beach Boys spiel, and you can only imagine how much fun we're going to have with that one.
He's Mordecai this year.
Oh my God, I have to sing.
You come just for that.
Yeah, just to hear me sing. Anyway, the Beach Boy songs. We're going to be surfing Shir Shalom this year, so it's going to be great. Super Bowl squares are on sale. $10, $20 squares. We hope that the Bills will be playing in the game, and we'll have special reason to be rooting. Where's Joanne? I don't see Joanne. She's down that way. She's hiding. See Joanne, but not now because it's Shabbat. Come next week and talk to her before services, and you can buy your squares. That's going to benefit the community religious school. There is community religious school this Sunday morning. They're back. Ganenu preschool program will also be meeting. That will be at 9:30 at the JCC Benderson building. Rabbi Alex on Tuesday at noon will be doing the Stockbridge poetry reading via Zoom. Website has the link of that. Chai Club ongoing. We have drawings every Wednesday through Purim. The tickets are $18. You can still get in on the fun. Prizes each week are $18, $36, and $54. Then the grand prize drawings the night of the Purim Spiel will be $180, $360, and $540. And if you win, your ticket goes back in the pot. Unless you're me, when your ticket gets pulled out of the pot before they do the drawing, because that's how Joanne does it. Speaking of the painting of the social hall, that of course means pickleball is on hiatus for a while. It was too bad because it was really getting really hot there for a while. And it will again. It will be back when we're ready to go back into the social hall. Stay tuned for that. We've got pizza ball, pickleball, and pizza. Pizza ball. We should do pizza ball.
It sounds very messy.
Pizza ball is next. Okay, so pickleball and pizza. Oh, cheesy, nice. You're channeling me. Pickleball and pizza is now rescheduled to February 4th because of the painting. And if you have any questions at all about pickleball, contact our head gherkin, David Sapphire. He is the pickleball chairman. Lots of more. Winterfest. Oh my goodness, another big thing, the social hall will be painted by then, the new windows will be in, we're having Winterfest. We had Summerfest last year, we're doing Winterfest, it is March 25th, and we're gonna have a band, lots of fun. Make sure you send in your RSVP to Joanne, because this is an indoor event. We are limiting the capacity of it, so make sure you get your reservations in. If you need anything at all, talk to him, talk to her, talk to me, talk to her around the corner. And if you really need anything, talk to Todd, because he's in Florida. We want to bug him when he's down. If you need your driveway shoveled, talk to Todd. He is coming in for the game. So he'll shovel your driveway this weekend if you need it. Let him know. Enjoy the Onig. It is not an Onig to go, it's an Onig to stay, which is really nice. And go.
Out of the way. Let them do. You're not allowed to pray for a team because it's not fair to the other team too. We say we pray for all the players to do the best job that they can. We did talk to Nancy in the office. She is planning a trip to Pittsburgh in June, so be on the lookout. It'll be a weekend in June. Where she has a whole plan involved, so I'm really excited to see that over the next couple of months.
Does it include a Pirates game?
Yes,
Right.
an optional. Yeah, she's a huge baseball fan, so yeah, it'll include an optional baseball game.
And
Hopefully.
very similar to our Cleveland trip that was pre-pandemic, which was really nice. We had
Yeah.
a whole
Yeah, we-
busload of people.
Yeah, we
It was a lot of
pictures
fun.
Pictures on the wall over there.
Yeah, there's pictures on the wall. It is not too late to join the Purim Spiel. The show is cast, but there are solos available and lines available, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. We have room for people, for CSS members. If you want to be part of the big Megillah, please join us. We'll put you in a costume. Be really happy about that. So don't be shy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun actually. Let us do our closing songs. We're doing a Don Olam, 6:25.
This is a mixed bag tonight. I'm thinking like, what can I give Mark to do that he knows and he loves? And this is the Don Olam from Shabbat Shalom, Mr. Dillon. We all remember that. Here we go.
We have a double challah. One of these was donated by the Balsams, and there's also a babka that they gave us in the back as well.
Nice.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Please return your reminder, the leaflet, to Joanne and Robert over there, and join us for an Onek. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, we were going down to see her family in New York City. We were supposed to be Friday, and then last minute Thursday. Yeah, I think that. I don't know if we'll really do that again. We did start a hard work.
But then my house, my neighbor's house. So I don't
Guys, everything good?